Philippines, the current world champions, our previous champions here for the MPL Philippines. Taking a look one last time at the lineups here for both teams. Again, it's Twisted Minds. They have so much utility, man. They have so much with the Nether Realm, plus a Revitalize again from Escalera on the Hylos.
But they have very little physical damage.
They do. Let the Hilda do it.
Yeah. Just go ahead and pressure the Hilda on being the main source of that damage. I think Twisted Minds are gonna want to play this very quickly.
Welcome to Mobile Legends!
Sicilian is all trumps a lot of what opposing teams want to do against it. In the late game, Sicilian and carry together means Keller is just going to be happy if he plays very well around Super Prince's use of the Bat's Feast. So Twisted Minds need to play for speed, while ONIC can play a little bit more reserved and counterpunch.
Okay, we'll see if that happens here. Again, with this some early pressure going around, but also, again, it's King Kong with that Killing Spree emblem. We'll take a closer look at the emblems here in just a second, too. Whole lot of Purifies, though, for Twisted Minds. So even if they get caught a little bit from this lineup, they're going to go ahead and rely on being able to Purify out of it and play it from that point.
Okay. So it's a tough boost rush for MP the King. A Master Assassin for Keldra in lane. Killing Spree for King Kong Assassin. And, since they need a little bit extra tankiness, I like that there's actually a tenacity on Kirk instead of the usual Festival of Blood that CC's want to go for. He decided to go for more sustainability. Ouch.
Little early poke up there. It looks like trying to be mirrored down here. I'm wondering, too, with this, you know, for Keldra for the carry, because we've only seen it picked up, I think it was 4 times so far through the season. Do they really just come online when they get the Malefic Gun? Is that the play for a lot of the carries right now, since they have such a short range when it comes to the other marksmen?
Yeah, well, for most compositions, since Twisted Minds is going for a dive-heavy comp, first 2 items for the carry should already be online for him.
2 items, okay. That might be the power spike. This turtle is going to be up, and it's Twisted Minds that starts getting the positioning here. You're going to force it back a little bit.
Deep behind enemy territory, forcing ONIC to respond as Twisted Minds, the rest of them score this turtle, and there's nothing for ONIC to do. I think that's a victory. James got away with it.
Yeah, as expected, Twisted Minds are going to be playing aggressive around this Hilda, stopping the turtle scaling of ONIC Philippines, wanting to get that themselves. And you see the ONIC didn't full commit too heavily. They were like, you know what, it's okay, we can let this go. Again, their lineup is playing for the mid to the late game.
And once again, real quick, grab your battle emotes while you guys can. The MPL team emotes are now available. Still with a couple to come out. Kirk taking some shots he should be fine. He can just jump away.
Oh! All right, that's a 15% damage reduction coming into play underneath tier 1. And does not use the Vengeance. Hold up, is that a steal?
That's a steal.
GTP.
King Kong, highway robbery.
Taking away that purple. Escalera's going to get spotted out. Okay, actually ended up hitting the Lithuander there, but still be able to get it. Oh. So MP doesn't have his purple. That's fine for now, right now.
Uh-oh.
Very small lead. Keldra takes some shots from outplayed, utilizing the Zaman Force, but still no kill just yet on the board, but a lot of pressure on both sides of the map.
Yeah, good thing King Kong decided to commit that rotation, stealing the purple buff away from MP the King. That's slowly reduces the speed of Twisted Minds that they want to play with, although King Kong's going to get caught out by Kirk.
Uh-oh, the bottom. King Kong down to 1/10 of his health. In comes MP, right first blood.
Gets him back. Oh, that was a flicker burn too. Oh, still even in the mid lane.
They're not done. Super Prince inside the Glorious Pathway, forced to use the flicker alongside the Blood Feast, keeping himself alive defensively. ONIC pushed out lane to lane.
Yeah, side lane's winning, mid lane controlled by Twisted Minds. Again, as expected, it's early to mid for Twisted, but with how much James has just been beating Kirk, not only in this game, but in the entire series, James has been mint.
Very impressive for James against someone that, in a way, kind of falls under the radar when you're thinking about him as a player and then Twisted Minds in general, but he's really been showing up, especially the last couple matches that they've had. And it just seems like now he's going against Kirk, you know, a world champion in the XP lane, and he's winning that lane time and time again. And now him and Escalera are really that front line, and even in game 2, where it's just giving so much space for MP the King to do what he needs to do, and that's focus on grabbing these objectives.
It's looking like another free turtle for Twisted Minds. ONIC Philippines nowhere near the pit, and they will commit to just hold it out for the late game.
One item only so far for Keldra. King Kong is going for a bit of a chop suey build, not fully committing an item just yet. Good knockback.
Brusco with a Sacred Hammer. Escalera, no fear in his eyes at all. Just still pushing forward.
Yeah, they might want to make a play up top. They're going to rotate. Glorious Pathway going to be dropped down, and Escalera will heal up. Still has Revitalize too, so completely fine. It's really kind of showing that confidence now from Twisted Minds that even if they, the flicker forward with a explosion.
All right, looking for the engage. Another realm set in. Brusco pays the price. Hajizi coming through looking for a pull. Blast Super Frizz in the face. That's a kill for outplayed.
Yeah, ONIC Philippines did not look ready for that call by Brusco.
Big question mark.
Yeah, I think Brusco really just thought, you know what, we gotta make something happen. But then you're playing against the Faramis, the Nether Realm is still there. The other members of ONIC Philippines weren't ready to respond right away. You need a snappy response up against a lineup that has a Faramis. So ONIC PH need to work those kinks out.
Yeah, oddly enough too, in that engage, you know, burning the flicker from Brusco, like the Revitalize was used up too. So it's just, it didn't seem like they were connected in that sense. Maybe still ONIC Philippines looking to build that connection back up. Because right now they're going to lose turrets. They already lost the tier 1 on the top. Now the bottom. It's Twisted Minds gaining this advantage now across the map to plan to. They might just be able to go 3 for 3 in the turtle department, while King Kong is still trying to catch up here against his jungle.
Yeah, level 9. MP the King reached level 11 before 7 minutes. I don't think he'll be able to reach level 15 before 10. But King Kong's rotation here has been slowed down to a crawl.
King Kong gonna get away by the skin of his teeth. Did not get spotted by Outplayed or Escalera there.
I think he was able to. No one in the Twisted Minds decided to check the shrub there.
So with that, throw some pressure down bot from MP. He'll go ahead and go back to base and now rotate for this last turtle of the game. You can see already Twisted Minds up in position, ready to just force ONIC in their side of the jungle. Not sure if really there can be anything, because King Kong is just like, yeah, I'm just going to go grab what I can. Meanwhile, they'll focus on another turret as a tier 2 will fall. So just Twisted Minds getting so much value right now.
Back to back to back. Twisted Minds wins across the map. Escalera trying to catch King Kong right before he gets away. King Kong just by a millisecond.
Good read there. Good try by Escalera to try and take down King Kong. So look at the items. Around 1.4, 1.3 is the lead of Outplayed against Keldra, who now has the golden staff. Should be within team fighting range for him. But for the rest of ONIC, not that good yet to team fight.
Yeah, they don't want a team fight just yet, especially with
oh dear God, Outplayed! Looking to take down Kirk, forcing a vengeance.
Oh, he gets the vengeance out. So again, it's been all these little interactions across the map where Twisted Minds is getting value, and that'll play a part. They're still going to go ahead and plant themselves down there on the bottom side to go ahead and put pressure there on that tier 2 if they can, unless there's a response, and that's going to be Kirk. We're a minute away from the Lord now, and you're looking at almost a 5,000 gold deficit that ONIC Philippines has to go ahead and work against. So with time still trying to build up for them, especially with the Sicilian for Super Friends, they might even have to let the first Lord go unless they just try to force a steal or some kind of Hail Mary play against Twisted Minds.
This is how fast and how decisive ONIC should have been game 1.
Yeah.
Twisted Minds is getting away with his all magic lineup.
Very well for them. Again, James has been stellar with playing his role. And you know, not just James, the entirety of Twisted Minds have been stellar with what they needed to do. It's like every King getting closer and closer to hitting level 15 for the 10th-minute mark. Although still quite a distance. First Lord already about to spawn. ONIC.
Yeah.
Let's see if they'll try. It's a 5,000 or nearing 5,000 gold lead for Twisted. If they decide to full commit this and they get wiped out, it's not going to be good for ONIC. That's going to balloon the lead of Twisted Minds and will force them to make comeback.
Escalera walking into the wide brush, forced to use his Revitalize. Not enough between Brusco and Keldra to take him down.
Even with a carry.
Yeah, way too tanky. Oh, Kirk.
Kirk is in trouble. In comes Outplayed. Simon Force at the tip of that hilt, taking down the CC, and all that ONIC could do is watch as Twisted get that Lord.
Overwhelmed. That's just what ONIC Philippines looks like right now with everything Twisted Minds is throwing. They tried to take down the high loss quickly, but Escalera just popped Revitalized, stood there and said, that tickles.
Yeah. It's crazy because, I mean, I was sitting there scratching my head like, man, even with that setup, Kelra wasn't able to go through and tear through the health bars of that Hylos. You know, he's got Corrosive Scythe, Golden Staff. He doesn't have the DHS yet. So just really lacking damage in terms of this. And so now we know with the change, even with this first Lord, it is going to be charging into the base. We'll see how much ONIC Philippines can hold on to. Twisted Minds might be just going for all the base turrets, even with this first push and this kind of a lead. 6,500 gold up. MP is going to wait patiently, will get spotted out. Good check. But their focus right now is to deal with the Lord. Meanwhile, Twisted Minds goes for these tier 2 turrets.
So, for ONIC Philippines, it is now their time to show what this lineup was built to do, which was playing from this exact position. We all expected the Twisted Minds would have the big lead. Not this big.
Ooh, Escalera forced to use their Revitalize. ONIC defending with all they've got. Gonna be able to protect all their holy shields. All right, for about a minute more, they have an extra layer of defense.
They have to play out of their minds around the Sicilian and somehow, some way, punish Twisted, who have been very clean in this entire game. No deaths given. ONIC are an egg right now.
Yeah, and this is where, again, we've got to see if they're ready, if they're equipped. You know, DHS has picked up the Kelra now. We really haven't seen too much from him. And so even if that means on the back foot, you have to just defend. Maybe they make some crazy defense to turn things around, because I really think if they go and try to contest the next Lord, which is a minute away, they're going to get destroyed, honestly, from Twisted Minds' lineup and what is available to them. Because you got to remember, not only do they have to work against a very tanky front line with the Revitalize, but then the 2 Purifies plus the Netherrealm all stacked up.
In my humble opinion, as a man staring at a screen where these athletes are playing for hundreds and millions of people all around the world, I don't think ONIC should contest. ONIC should just let this happen.
Just let it go.
Yeah, if ever you're going to softly contest it, either just Brusco or Kirk falling, and then make sure everyone else just gets away safely. See if you can get a trade, sure, but you're not going to be winning a team fight. Outplayed already has the concentrated energy. An item pickup for ONIC Philippines that might help them as they get to this portion of the game is that the Magic Lantern was already built up for the Sicilian. DHS already locked in for Kelra. 3 core items up to a Malefic Roar for King Kong. And again, to see ONIC Philippines winning a fight means that Twisted Minds messed up somewhere, somehow.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Even if it's going to be Twisted Minds to mess up, they have so many fail safes to work with, especially a Netherrealm, for example, the 2 Purifies. There's so much they can do to extend a fight where it gives them enough time to actually adjust on the fly and respond. So ONIC Philippines might just have to watch this one taken. It looks like that's going to be the case as the Lord is just blitzed down by Twisted Minds. As that's secured, now an objective. And we'll have to see if once again at 13 minutes into this game, if ONIC Philippines can actually defend against this. But I expect the shields to just be worked on and maybe the turrets to go down.
Just to put this into context, speaking of turrets, there's nothing on the board for ONIC. Not a single turtle, nor a kill. In addition to the whole positioning and map presence, the fact that there's almost 10,000 on the lead makes ONIC all the more decide we shouldn't contest.
Yeah, and now with MP the King just building up the Blood Wings, it's going to be even tougher for ONIC to defend this because Twisted Minds can throw bodies in this next one. Just make sure they don't get wiped out. At least 2 alive. You can lose 3 to make sure that you can get a lot of inhibitors.
Okay, look at these. Everything lined up and ready to go. They're going to go ahead and approach down to the mid lane with the Lord here as Twisted Minds goes for the base.
Escalera with the glorious pathway, compromising ONIC's range. In comes MP the King, finding Super Prince. Super Prince with a blast, putting MP at half health. The Lord has taken down mid lane inhibitor, and ONIC successfully defend.
Good discipline by Twisted Minds. Another wave coming in. Let's see if they're going to try to make a play for either of the top or bottom turret. By the way, Twisted have been playing the map incredibly well. They're not trading. They're straight up dominating.
Yeah, look at this Hajizi going over, checking things out, but the wave is cleared out quickly too. So they're having a little bit of time to deal with. ONIC Philippines ultimately, after the second Lord, will actually just lose one base turret.
Just between Hajizi and Outplayed's pokes, Fringe has put down a third of his health. That's exactly what ONIC are dealing with right now. That is what they have to protect Super Fringe from, and I don't know if there's enough time to defend. And to get farm is Calera, dropping the Glorious Pathway here. Prince wailing away. Oh, trying to get caught here by MP the King. Collapsing. The rest of Twisted Minds in the nether realm. Down goes MP the King. Calera finds one. ONIC's first kill on the board as they try their darndest to defend.
They threw everything at that bottom turret, and Twisted Minds wasn't able to capitalize on it, and they lose MP the King. Although it was a trade, Brusco goes down, but ultimately, ONIC Philippines accomplished what they wanted to.
There's just a little bit of breathing room right now for ONIC Philippines, but not that much. I thought Hajizi was able to get away with a really clutch save onto MP the King. It's a good thing for ONIC Philippines that Keller was able to get an attack off onto MP, that even though he was able to dash away, it followed him and landed. Let's see where they're at. Still on the way to the BOD is King Kong, already up to a Malefic Gun for the carry, building into the Rose Gold Meteor. It's getting closer and closer to, well, ONIC time, actually.
Yeah.
Twisted Minds seem to be sharp with their next takes. And I think ONIC Philippines might be willing to heavily contest this one. But with how well Twisted Minds have been taking care of the minion waves, it might be tough. They need to watch that mid lane or bottom lane.
Yeah, they don't want to get caught in a bad area around the jungle too. Again, one of the advantages here of having that Hylos is just cutting people off with the ultimate, that Glorious Pathway. And that's why they go ahead and they post up. They want to go ahead and stand their ground here, it looks like, or at least get some information to see if they can contest it or not, but it's already at half health.
Call me a coward, but I don't think ONIC should contest. Lord down to a fourth, a quarter. Kirk pushing them away, throws out the curtain call. James finds him into the wide rush, wails away, looking for the power of Loudness. Escalera collapsing with the rest of Twisted Minds. Down goes the Kirkitek, not a chance for him to vengeance.
Yep, well, now they can't contest this. Kirk a little bit too eager to show himself, used the curtain call super early to try and poke, and now Twisted Minds get the third turtle of the game without a problem. With Super Prince building the Lightning Trojan, ONIC has all the tools that they can. Oh no, he's gonna get caught!
King Kong! Full combo! Surging away! Down goes Hajizi, 7-4 drop in. The trap has been laid out! ONIC taken down 3! What? The gold standard traded out 4, outplayed gets 1! The trade of a lifetime! But that is going to be ONIC defending. All this while, MP looking for a kill. King Kong versus MP inside the base. Kirk comes through, pushing out Twisted.
They still have the Lord, but they lost the bodies. What just happened when we thought King Kong was going to get caught? It ends up a maniac for Calra.
What a save by Super Prince and Brusco to make sure that King Kong was able to get away scot-free. It's going to be a quick clear of the Lord. King Kong gets spotted out. Brusco implosion just in time. Flicker to catch 3, and ONIC Philippines responds. I was just about to say, before that sequence, ONIC has all the tools that they need to make a comeback. So Twisted Minds needs to be a little bit more careful. If they only let me finish my sentence, that wouldn't have happened.
Oh, King Kong played possum, and he got away with it. Who was I to deny the beast?
Call an ambulance, but not for me.
Yeah, and at this point, Twisted Minds, I think that might shake them up a little bit. Seeing that,
a little bit of a whoa.
Yeah, a little bit of whoa. Twist what?
The rope-a-dope.
Twist what? Like, they got twisted there, so again, they're still in control of the game. They still have so much advantage. You have to remember, ONIC Philippines only has 1 turret.
Twist what?
Twist what?
Well, what happened?
ONIC Philippines, if they do that again, though,
okay,
that's where things fall apart for Twisted Minds.
For reals, this time, and this is coming from the guy who said, don't contest.
Don't contest.
Lord after Lord after Lord. Maybe this time.
Maybe this is the one.
They can contest. And it looks like they're safe because they pushed their first turret. Top lane. And top lane is the long lane.
Yep.
If they can take care of that one more time, then maybe this Lord in 40 should be as 50-50 as it gets.
Yeah, open up the map a little bit more. And Twisted Minds are reading the tendencies of ONIC PH very well by hugging the top. So that if ever ONIC decided to, usually it's King Kong +1 to clear that, Twisted Minds could have punished them. But ONIC Philippines will try and manage slowly with a slow push down bottom. But they're going to stick together. They're not going to... They're going to try to play this through brute force team fighting.
They're denying the long lane push because that's a prerequisite for a good Lord dance.
Oh, this is tough though too. They have to be really careful on how they scout these bushes out, especially on this side of the map, because of what Twisted Minds is doing to set things up. You know, you've got that immortality at least for Brusco, but really everybody else relying on just being able to do escape and get away from Twisted Minds. So this Lord is up now.
It's evolved.
It's evolved. It's a fourth one of the game, and it looks like ONIC Philippines wants to go ahead and at least show face around this Lord pit. It's going to be started up. Outplayed will keep it together.
Oh, the minions. That's
the
looking
minions
for ONIC.
They're not looking good. It is going to be have to manage both that top and bottom right now. Half health on the Lord. They take it nice and slow. It is going to go for a soft reset as King Kong leads the charge. Super Prince will find the claws.
Whoop. That's the turn call thrown out. How easy it is to get that in. James for the flicker back. Helra gets the kill. An early nether realm coming through. And Killer is down. Outplayed two. Kirk coming through. Laying down the blueprints for Onyx comeback. And they answer. MP the king down. Hajizi the only one left. What went wrong?
Twist what? Twist what? Because right now, Hajizi, the only one left alive. Brusco's gonna hunt him down, and ONIC will go down the mid.
He's not gonna let him defend.
Haji!
No more minion waves.
Here comes the rest of ONIC, trying to finish what they started. Run, Haji, run!
He's buying time. That's a fast ghost.
Oh, he bought so much time too. You got 15 minutes on James, 15 seconds on James. But this is a Lord, and it's the evolved one for ONIC Philippines.
Deny infinite wisdom of the KDA machine, keeping Twisted Minds in the game.
It's going to be a full man defense for Twisted Minds. But we laid it out at the beginning, at the end of the draft. Twisted will play to control majority of the game, while ONIC has the lineup better for the comeback. Now let's see how the lineup built to dominate will be able to play with a big defense, with an evolved Lord marching in.
Ooh, this is a tough one. We haven't seen too many evolved Lords just yet since the patch throughout the weekend. So this is going to be the work cut out for Twisted Minds. And the crazy thing again is, to put in perspective, ONIC Philippines was down almost 9,000 gold.
10, Joseph,
10,000 gold just minutes ago. And so with this advantage, with this Lord on their side, will they be able to take it to game 3 already, or will Twisted Minds be able to defend?
It's a fresh of breath air for ONIC right now. Their first time to get out of their base.
Oh!
Prince with the flicker out. Outplayed looking to finish the job. Zaman Force and all thrown out. And all this while the Beast was working bot.
Yeah, Super Prince built the Guardian helmet just now so that he doesn't need to go to base. They want to end this, or at least build a big lead out of this.
It might be their only chance to run more as Hajizi gets hit with a ball. Down goes James. Floyd's pathway set in. Down goes MP the king. Zaman Force by outplay trying to survive. Down goes Prince. They're trying through darkness. Triple kill. What? Gold standard. And we're going to game 3.
And the Super Fam turns it around at 10,000 gold behind. And they find the victory in game 2.
It was the inevitable with the